Sure. And they learn, and you mentioned it, but failure. I mean, you expect to fail because if you're pushing the envelope, you're improving things, you're going to fail. You're going to and expect to fail maybe more often than you find success, right? And if you're a crazy scientist, what that I learned from the scientist in India, I was around for a month, right? He expects to fail thousands of times before he figures out before he has a solution. Thousands of times, right? But he's discovering things that nobody else in the world is, right? And he's going off of old science and new technology, right? The combination of all. And he's expecting to fail thousands of times, and they record the failures every single time. And they what do I learn? What do we learn from that failure, right? What did it cost us? What do we learn from it? What can we use of that failure going forward? And what do we throw in the garbage? But it's amazing because they expect thousands of failing thousands of times before they really find the solution. And they're crazy. They're solving amazing world problems, right? So it's fun to think of, in our business, we don't have to fail. If we have to fail 1,000 times, we're probably not in business, right? but we do fail often as we try to do new things. And sometimes we take on stuff that we probably shouldn't have tried, but we tried. And I think that's where success comes from. So from you as a consultant looking at these businesses, who are some fun businesses you worked with, or anything you can think of that you really had fun with, or that?
Well, here's one. I started off as a consultant working. Our client was Canada Post, right? Canada Post. Canada Post.
You're back in Canada again.
I'm back in Canada. I'm Canada Post, right? No, I'm back in those because actually it's now just recently, actually, and this fall, I thought about that experience very differently. So I was leading a project around bulk mail sorting. So I was in the sorting facilities where sort packages, right? And, back then I was just like, you know what? I have to get out of here, right? I do not, I don't, my people deserve to really deliver mail on time. And I just couldn't see the value, right? And that's where I think my lesson to kind of myself, or looking back, I'm like, I wish I had been able, or someone had been able to tell me, raise your gaze a little bit, because the backbone of a country is actually its ability to deliver goods to people, to people and businesses in the country. It's really critical. It's really critical that mail gets delivered on time. And I tell you, back then, I didn't care. I was like, what does it matter if a letter makes it in 3 days or 4 days? Today, when your Amazon delivery doesn't make it the day you said it would, you really freak out, right? So, having that thinking that's a little bit bigger of raising your gaze there, it would have been helpful.